Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the House of Queens podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about why most millennials are kind of feeling stuck.
Yeah, it's something we all are. I don't even think it's just millennials, to be honest.
I think it's everybody.
It's everybody for sure. But since we are in that generation or around that generation, you're after the millennials, but she can relate. I feel like she's much more mature than she actually is, but it has been very funky outside. Like everyone's in this funk and it's really, really hard to escape it. And there's so many reasons why we're all feeling like this. I mean, we have so many external factors, plus we have our own personal internal things that we're dealing with. But, when it doesn't help having some of those external factors eat away at us as well. Like we have student loans, we have just high amounts of debt as just a society altogether. We have personal issues, like I mentioned before, with our family, our friends, work. There's just so many things that goes into why we're feeling like this. And I think it's time that we all kind of really try to address how we can get out of it to the best of our abilities. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's obviously not good for your mental health, and it's really hard to keep moving forward when you are feeling stuck and when you're feeling like you're in a funk. So one of the things that I think is a huge, huge part of it is, like I said earlier, as a millennial, a lot of us are in debt due to student loans. And I read somewhere online like a few days ago when I was like scrolling through Instagram that as of this year, you guys, the average millennial borrower has an outstanding student loan balance of $42,000.
Wow.
It's a lot of money. And everyone's like on that back payment. And starting next October, everyone's going to have to resume making those payments for those student loans. And most of them don't know how they're going to do it. Most people are living paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like really disheartening, and it's really just discouraging as well to be in that position, and it's stressing all of us out. I don't have any student loan debt, but
Neither do I.
thank God. But I know there's so many people that has it, and not only that, they can't even apply what they went to school for in the marketplace. So that's also discouraging as well. So moving on from, student loan debt, you have just other debt that is affecting you and your financial, viability. And I also read somewhere with just a lot of people being in debt, especially millennials in their 30s, specifically, they have racked up a historic $3.8 trillion in debt.
Who?
$3.8 trillion. So again, that's causing us to live paycheck to paycheck. I can't even imagine being in that position where I would have to live paycheck to paycheck because I have so much outstanding debt. Mm-hmm. I have zero debt at this point. Mm-hmm.
Minus my car. Feeling. Yeah.
Minus my car. But
it's the best feeling in the world, though.
It's the best feeling. And I can't even imagine what those people have to deal with where they feel like they can't get out of it. Are you in a certain amount or a huge amount of debt?
Not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all, which is great.
Yeah.
And, I think obviously everybody's experience is different, and everybody's feelings are different and valid in their own ways, of course. But I think for us, because we've talked about this multiple times, but for us, we're in that funk because we feel stuck in other ways. So we feel like our environment isn't the environment that we're supposed to be in, right? We feel like, I saw a video of this girl actually trying to explain it, and she explained it perfectly. I can't remember exactly what she said, but something along the lines of, you are stuck where you're at, but your mind is essentially, your mind knows where you're supposed to be or where your potential where you want to go. Exactly. So I think for us, that's one of the reasons why we all feel stuck. But ways to get out of it, though. What are some of the things that you like to do to kind of step away from this funk and try to regain control of your emotions and feelings.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's really hard because like you said, like I'm not in a position where it's like a financial thing.
Right.
And if I were, like things would be like 10 times worse, you know? But for me, it's really hard to kind of get out of it. But some of the things that I think that I like to do is like, I like to treat myself. I like to spoil myself. Like I take myself on dates all the time. I love my nail appointments. I love getting my massages. I love my work too, to be honest. Like, I think that's a helpful thing too. Like my work comes with stress. Obviously, like being in the real estate industry today is not easy, but I enjoy what I do. So a lot of my time is dedicated to that. Obviously, like spending time with my kids is the best thing I could possibly do for myself. And just like constantly learning is what helps me feel better about myself, because that helps me realize like, yeah, I'm not exactly where I want to be right now, but I know as long as I continue to learn the things that I need to learn in order to get there, I'm going to get there. Like there's nothing that's going to stop me unless I like die tomorrow.
Right.
Let's pray I don't. So
don't call it upon yourself.
Yeah,
please.
like that's what I feel like I need to do in order to get myself out of it.
Working out too.
And working out
love working out.
It's a huge help. But
it's its own form of therapy.
It is, but how can you work out when you feel like most of the time, especially when people are depressed because they're like, I'm broke, my family is
not funny.
Not part of my life, or my family is not supportive. Like, how can you get up out of bed? And
this is what I've been saying that I obviously need to work on. I think we can all work on a little bit better, but it's discipline versus motivation. Okay, because discipline is actually forcing yourself to do the things that you need to do. We're not always going to be motivated, and we know that. And that goes, that ties into feeling how we're feeling in this funk.
Yeah.
We're not always going to feel motivated. So it's the discipline that's really going to get you to do all of those things that you need to do, whether it be working out, whether it be learning more and, trying to knowledge yourself on other things. Really just anything to get yourself out of bed in the morning, get ready, go on about your day, go to work, do the things you're supposed to do. Ultimately, I've noticed within myself that even though I don't want to do a lot of those things, when I accomplish it at the end of the day, I feel so much better about myself.
Damn.
It feels so good.
Discipline is huge. And even when it comes to your finances too, like there are a lot of people, a lot of millennials too, especially, that they lack that discipline and they're not getting the literacy that they need, and when it comes to the financial department, and they're so focused of like trying to look like they have money when they don't.
Oh my God, don't even get me started on that.
Like buying all this designer, the cars, just trying to like impress their friends and
that's
like social media. And then, but when you look at your bank account, like you have no money because you're trying to impress other people. And quite frankly, you just can't give a fuck about what other people are thinking, because you're going to be stuck and stay stuck if you don't take the initiative to be disciplined, live below your means a little bit.
Definitely.
It's not that scary. Like, learn to live below your means so that you can get from underneath that feeling of like, I'm living paycheck to paycheck. Like, have that discipline in that area too. Like, learn how to budget, learn how to handle your finances.
Stay in. Don't be going out.
You don't need to go out to the club every weekend.
No, you don't got to do that. You don't got to pop bottles and be in the VIP sections like you're balling like that. You're not.
I can't, like, that's one of the worst
You're
things.
not.
I can't stand seeing that.
I can't
in
either.
Our age group.
I seriously can't either. I've never been one to go out and party like that, but I've just, seen it from afar. I'm like, I know y'all got nothing.
Exactly.
What are you doing?
What are you doing with Gucci when you live in Section 8 housing, my dog?
It makes no sense.
Why are you doing this to yourself? Why? I don't get it. So it's like you said, like, just have that discipline in like all of those areas of your life. Like, that's what's ultimately going to make you feel like you're doing more for yourself.
And don't compare yourself to other people. I think that's a really big one.
That's a lot of reason why people feel like
a lot
crap.
of reason. And honestly, I'm not even going to lie. I've done that so many times where I'm like, I'm doing this and they're doing that. How are they there? And I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing, but there's always more. There's always room for improvement.
Yeah.
You just got to stop comparing yourself to others, because everybody has their own journey in life, and it's meant to be that way. We can't all, be on the same path and think the same thoughts. Like, it's
And most of the time, it's not real.
No.
Like what they're flaunting online.
It's all for show.
And that's what I had a problem with, too. Like when I was in my early 20s. I can't believe I'm almost 30 now. I'm 28. But when I was in my early 20s, like around your age, every time I would log into like Facebook, because that was like the big thing at the time. Now it's Instagram and like TikTok and stuff. But every time I would log into like any type of social media platform and I see someone that's the same age as me, that it appears to be doing better than me. And I'm like, oh, appears. That's the keyword.
Keyword.
Oh, I got to do this. Oh, I got to buy this. I got to buy this. And I'm like struggling with 2 kids. And it's just like it's just not a smart thing to do.
It's not realistic.
So you just have to do what's best for you, ultimately, to get out of that funk. Like, and if that set means, a plan.
Yeah, get off social media.
Yeah, that's okay. One of the things I love doing with my husband, we'll do like these dry spells where we'll go like 30 days without social media. We did it at the beginning of our relationship, and it was so good for my mental health. I cannot tell you. So I'm glad you brought this up because I should probably do that again because I remember how I felt. And I was focused on much more important shit too when I was off social media for those 30 days. Like I was reading a lot more. I finished 2 books, like 2 fat ass books about self-improvement, and one was about business. Spent more time with my kids because like all of my attention's not like going scrolling because it's so easy to get stuck. Remember I told you that one time, like I went home one day and I was on TikTok for like 3 hours just like scrolling. Yeah. And that's not like me because like I'm very strict about that stuff. But I literally like
you let it happen that one time.
Time just flew by, bro. I was like, how's it 6 o'clock? It's 6:45 and I got home at like 3:30. Just in bed, just scrolling. In bed,
social media is a devil.
At 3:30. What the hell am I doing in bed at 3:30?
I don't know. You have those days.
No.
If self-care means like...
No. That's not my self-care day. That's Sundays. It was a flippin' Thursday. So not acceptable. So just, I think it's just super important to realize like what's best for you guys and like stick to it. Have that discipline to stick to it. And just get uncomfortable a little bit because it is uncomfortable to do those things.
You have to be uncomfortable. You have to be
You're
not going to get anywhere in life if you choose to stay in your little comfort zone and in your little box. It's not going to happen. It's not going to work. It's proven. It's been proven many, many times too. So
yeah, and also pick up a damn book. Like read something.
Stop scrolling.
I think that's the key.
Read a book. Go outside.
Go outside. Walk barefoot in the grass. Connect with nature.
Yeah, dude. We have beautiful nature here. That's the one thing that I actually enjoy about this state.
Yeah, not if you're in New York City, though. There's nothing but concrete.
Go to Central Park.
And then Karen's going to come up. I can't believe you're walking around without shoes. She's going to call the police.
Barefoot. I mean, that's ridiculous, but you know what I mean.
I think it's important to connect with nature, though. That's actually another good thing that you can do to get out of your funk. Like, go on a flippin' walk. Take a hike. Hikes are fucking awesome, too.
Go to the beach. I know it's freezing right now, but, like, the smell. Is
it cold in California?
Oh, I was just talking about here.
Well,
California has, like, 60s right now. I think it's okay. They're
I
fine.
wouldn't go to the beach in 60-degree weather.
I would. Just go and take a walk.
Okay, that's fine. I thought you meant like go play in the water and swim and swim with the sharks and shit. No, I'm good on that.
Sharks and dolphins and fish.
Sharks and dolphins. I don't know, but what are you guys doing to like, because like I said, I can't imagine there are a lot of people who are not feeling this way right now. I feel like almost everyone can relate to feeling like this. I would love to hear from you all about what you're doing to get out of this mindset and like shift to something that's more positive, that's more inspirational, and make you feel like you're becoming the best version of yourself. Leave it in the comments below, and we'll see you at the top.